Las Vegas YCS coming up, and also the Kashtiras are in. They're very strong. I just did some recent play testing with them, and if you don't have the right answers, if you don't have the out, it's over. Yeah, it's that simple. Yeah, I know we have obvious outs such as Dark Angels, but I want to go deeper into some of the pinpoints and some of the things that you guys should know about countering Kashtira.
Hero D シリーズ D シリーズ Destiny Destroy です
D タイム
It's D タイム
Michael Bowden back again, and I am your host, Destiny Hero Mike. And welcome back to D Time. We're here, baby. It's always D Time, and in more ways than one. And I just want to give a big thank you to you guys. Help getting me to 4,000 subscribers. A big 400. I really appreciate you guys. It's been a blast here. It's been a pleasure here to put out content for you guys and some of my thoughts and whatnot. So it's just insane that I even have an audience of this mass. Might seem like a little bit to some, but it's a lot to me. So big thank you from the bottom of my heart. And with that aside, also you go to dtimeexclusives.com if you want to go ahead and get your beautiful Fusion Select playmat. Yes, the sales in February 28th. And yeah, by the way, don't worry about this cutoff. This is not the final version of the mat. This was just a sample I was able to get my hands on. That's not the final cut. So get those while you can, because it's limited. Now on to Kashtira. Yeah, this deck it's very, how should I say, it feels very like Saki in a way, this deck. It's very consistent, but what I mean by Saki is usually when they lose the die roll, they lose. They lose the die roll, and the opponent gets full combo, they lose. But if they win the die roll, they pretty much win. So that's what I mean by it feels kind of Saki. And also, if they're not lucky enough to get the dimension shifter, excuse me, if they're not lucky enough to get the dimension shifter, should they lose the die roll, yeah, they're probably going to lose that game because they're going to get full combo. Now, we're talking about Hero in particular. Now, I know, I myself included, we brag about how Dark Angel shuts down this deck, which it does. However, when we lose the die roll, we lose. We're not breaking through this board. I don't care how good you think you are, or I don't care how much gas you think Hero has. We are not breaking through this board. This guy, he's a crazier Dark Law. I mean, we got to be honest. The Arise Heart, he's a crazier Dark Law. I mean, just them banishing cards from the top of our deck face down with the new Kashtira guy. Let me see about typing him up really quick. Super annoying. This Rise Heart here, yeah, super annoying. This Rise Heart, and you know, hitting key pieces, hitting one Destiny Hero Malicious, hitting that one Polymerization, hitting that one Increase, hitting that one Miracle Fusion. It hurts, and it's very annoying. So you know, we can't sit here and pretend like, you know, when they pop off that we're not gonna lose. So you're not outgassing this board. But one thing I do want to say is this. So I want to give you guys some tips from my perspective and for what heroes should be doing, and especially what I'm thinking, especially going into YCS. I want to give you guys a heads up too about certain things and certain outs, but really briefly, because we have Mind Hacker, right? We have Mind Hacker, who, this guy torments our extra deck. You know, he gets rid of our Sunrise and our DPE. But I want to present to you guys, maybe we should try doing this. So 2 Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, because those are some of our key cards, right? As well as Sunrise in extra deck. So if you can find room for 2 Sunrise, 2 DPE, yeah, I don't know, you might be well off. I don't know, you just might be well off. Seriously, you just might be well off if you could find room for 1 more additional DPE, 1 more Sunrise to help you get you do that. you know, should you draw your outs. Now, one thing I want to point out, that big shout out to Jesse Cotton. I was watching a video of his earlier today. He was talking about Ib in particular, and I think this card should be banned. It should have been banned. It's one of those cards that just snuck through. Yeah, we all celebrated that the Scythe. We all celebrated that Scythe got banned. Artifact Scythe. We all celebrated at that ban, but not Ibly. This card has really low-key always been a problem, low-key, but has never been really played wide enough to be a widespread threat. Now it is. I think this should be next on the chopping block. I don't care. Yeah, it's a dark. Yeah, you could, technically speaking, you can use a what's that? A bestial on it, but not everybody's playing bestial. Same with DD Crow. But that's like, I gotta play DD Crow just for this one card. Like, no, this card should be banned. Like, I think this card should be emergency banned, because guess what? I can't Nibiru. That's the first thing they do. They're gonna normal summon Ibiru. I mean, they're gonna normal summon Ibly, link off for the Salamangreat and the Almirage, and then yeah, I'm not gonna be able to Nibiru. Guess what else I can't do? Because Nibiru is supposed to be a win-win button, right? But nope, not in this case. I can't Lava Golem either. Ib. Yeah, Ib being on my side of the field. So big shout out to Jesse Cotton for following that up. But one thing I want to say is, to deal with that, because again, we're not going to always be able to go first. So to deal with that, Book of Eclipse, obviously, that's an obvious answer. But remember, they can have the Ash. One thing Mr. Jesse Cotton maybe didn't or forgot to point out: Dark Hole. Yes, Dark Hole, ladies and gentlemen. Add as a 3 of. I'm thinking about citing these as a 3 of. You clear the whole dang board, and yeah, the Shangri-La might be able to stay, but who cares? You get rid of the Ib and this butthole. He's very mean, right? So yeah, Dark Hole. And you know, Ash. You want to Ash again. What you want to Ash? You want to Ash the I call this the E-Telly. I call it the Kashtira E-Teleport. That's what I call it. I'm not about to sit here and try to pronounce that. Kashtira Theosis. Yeah, Kashtira Theosis. Ash this every single time. Try not to Ash a monster. Try not to Ash the field spell. Ash this card, unless they're on obvious like super low resources and it's the only card in their hand. Then Ash away. But yeah, Ash that. And then again, Imperm. If you're playing Imperm, if that's your build, you could try ashing the imperming the Unicorn. So some things that we're gonna take away, other than the obvious Dark Angel and the Book of Eclipse. So Dark Hole, because remember, we can't use, if we get hit by Ib, these are gone. We can't use these. Okay, that's one thing to keep in mind. Dark Hole is very strong, as well as you Ash only this card, the E-Telly, the Cash E-Teleport. And then you Imperm if you're playing that, because not everybody plays that, but it's super good. The Unicorn. And then another tip also is for like Mind Hacker and whatnot, try 2 DPEs and 2 Sunrise if you can find the space to deal with that. But anyways, those are just my thoughts, just some brief updates. If you guys plan on going to the YCS or just dealing with this deck in general, this deck is very annoying, and again, it can feel really sacky at times. It really can. It's kind of really a sacky deck in some respects in terms of RNG and whatnot, depending on the build, of course. But anyways, guys, I love you guys. I catch you guys in the next one, and peace.